Hi, I'm Lois Melorano. I'm a licensed wildlife rehabilitator for the state of Connecticut. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and of all the animals that I've had, this little guy is one of my favorites. This is an eastern cottontail. I love the New England cottontails too, of course, but I don't get many. I got these guys, there are 4 in the litter, and I got them appropriately on Easter Sunday. And what happened with these guys is a lady's dog went out and found the nest and very carefully, one by one, carried each baby into the house and presented it to her owner. Not a mark on them. They're all fine. I've had them, as I say, since Easter Sunday. They're eating well. They're beginning to eat greens a little bit, and they're making little rabbit raisins like they're supposed to. This guy is a little bit of a runt in the litter, which is why he's a little more mellow than cottontails usually are. I've had to handle him a little bit more, feed him a little bit more, just to catch him up with his siblings. Now I'm going to try taking the other guy out, and they're probably both going to try running off the table. But this is one of the siblings, and you can see there is a little bit of difference in size. And this is my little mellow runty guy, and why this guy is being so cooperative, I don't know. But anyhow, they are about 12 days old. I got them. You could tell their eyes were just opened. Their eyes opened at about 7 days, so they're about 12 days old now. And they'll be with me, surprisingly, only for about 2 or 3 weeks, because their bunnies are very little when they're on their own. This is my little transporter for when I have to carry little guys back and forth to work. And these guys, as you can see, I've got some greens in there for them. These guys at this age are only eating twice a day. And I raised them on a 3240 Day 1 formula from Fox Valley Animal Nutrition, and I've had wonderful, wonderful luck with it. I've had fantastic success with rabbits. These guys only eat twice a day now. When they first come in, well, from birth to about a week, they eat 3, sometimes 4, depending on who's gaining, who's not. Once their eyes open, they go down to twice a day. Bunnies can be very stubborn if you get them just over a certain age about eating. Sometimes they have to be tube fed to make sure they get enough. Rabbits are the only animals I'm really comfortable tube feeding because I've done it a lot. But the formula that they're on now, they're getting nice and plump, and they're beginning to chew on their greens. They love, I usually start them off on clover if it's out yet, not much is out yet. And dandelion, they'll eat plantain. I try to stay away from anything commercial. I try to stay strictly with the greens that they'll find out in the wild, and you have to be very careful when you're out gathering greens not to gather them any place where the lawn has been treated or sprayed for pesticides or had fertilizer or anything put on it. And if, say, the house next door has that, you want to avoid a few houses around it because there is a certain amount of drift with things like that. So you want to make sure that their food is nice and clean. It does not have to be washed. Sometimes I pick in a sandy area and I might rinse it off a little bit. It just has to be fresh every day. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what to do if you find distressed wildlife. You do need to have a state permit to handle or keep wildlife in your house to rehabilitate them. And the many different species we have in Connecticut all require very specific diets, very specific habitats, and very specific care. If you find wildlife in distress, you can call the Connecticut Department of Environmental Protection. You can call, some veterinarians have lists of names. Some conservation centers have lists of names. DEP is always your best bet to get the animal to the right rehabber. Some people specialize in certain species. I do most mammals. If you are interested in becoming a wildlife rehabilitator, you can do that by contacting the Connecticut Department of Environmental Protection. You can go to their website, or you can give them a call in Hartford, and they can send you a packet of information of what you need to do to get your license.